சென்னை இலக்கிய விழா 2ஆம் ஆண்டு 75வது சுதந்திர ஆண்டு பெருவிழா கொண்டாட்டத்தின் நிறைவாக டாக்டர் திரு டி.கே. ஹரி மற்றும் டாக்டர் திரு டி.கே. ஹேமா ஹரி அவர்களின் தமிழகம் ஒரு வைபவம்.
தேங்க்யூ. வணக்கம். She is a lady who sits, sir. I'm a person of good standing. She is a lady who sits. It will be bilingual. English, a lot of it is English. The slides are in English, and of course, audience keeping in consideration the bilingual nature of the audience, it will be bilingual. Okay, that's what we had said. Don't worry. Okay, fine. So, first of all, we'd like to thank the organizers for inviting us, especially Mr. Rudra V.S., who called us up 2 days back and requested us to come for this program. Thank you so much to all the organizers, because Chennai needs a Litfest like this, and I'm glad people are come forward to do this. Of course, the main organizers are mostly out of Chennai, so it should get a lot more inbred Chennai activity happening. Fine. Okay, so getting on to the subject, அவங்க கூப்பிடச்சே எதை பற்றி பேசலாம் கேட்டாங்க. தமிழகம் ஒரு வைபவம்னு பேர் சொன்னேன். ஏன்னா ஏற்கனவே அதை பற்றி ஒரு குறும்படம் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். அதையும் இப்போ உங்களுக்கு கொஞ்ச நேரம் போட்டு காட்டுவோம். ஒரு 7 நிமிஷம் குறும்படம் இருக்குது. இந்த ஐடியா நம்ம வந்து தமிழகம் சொல்லச்சே நம்மளுக்கு முக்கியமான விஷயம் வந்து நம்ம வாட் கம்ஸ் டு அவர் மைண்ட். இஸ் இட் ஓகே இஃப் ஐ டாக் மோர் இன் இங்கிலீஷ், பிகாஸ் தோஸ் ஹூ ஆர் இன் ஆடியன்ஸ், பியூர் தமிழ் ஆடியன்ஸ் ஆல்சோ கேட்டாங்க. இங்கிலீஷ் புரியும் இல்லையா? நான் கொஞ்சம் ஆங்கிலத்தில் பேசினா ஏன்னா சில பேர் என்ன வெளியூரில் வந்திருக்காங்க, அவங்களோட சௌரியத்தை நம்ம வந்து கருதல் எடுத்துட்டு பண்ணணும். புரியுது இல்லைங்களா? ஓகே. No, I'm taking permission from the Tamil audience that I should speak in English. Okay, fine. Sir, காது கேட்கல. ஸோ நம்ம சொல்லச்சே நம்ம வந்து தமிழகம்னு பேச முதல்ல நம்மளோட கண்ணுக்கு என்ன வருது, நம்ம மனசுக்கு என்ன வருது? டெம்பிள் அப்படி பேச போறோம். அது கோவில் கோபுரம், a signature landmark of Tamil Nadu, as well as it's in the emblem of Tamil Nadu state itself very uniquely. What else? The idea of Tamil Thai. So when this comes up, people normally say that the idea of Tamil Thai is so unique only to Tamil Nadu. That is what a lot of people say. But no, it's not unique to Tamil Nadu. The idea of the Thai concept is actually pan-global. We'll see it in 2-3 slides. It's pan-global to local. It's global to local. We'll see that, and then we'll go on to Tamil Thai. 2 minutes. This is my wife, Dr. Hema Hari.
Namaskaram, everybody here. And the reason we wanted to bring out this concept is that we have been talking about Bharat, and when we say Bharat, of course, Bharat Mata. And we had Bhaskarji before, few speakers before us who was talking so much about the Mata concept. So Bharat Mata, and if we see Bharat Mata is not alone. She is formed of so many other regional Matas, and that's the beauty of this land. We say Ek Bharat, Sresht Bharat. So where is this Ek Bharat coming? It is coming from the thoughts. It is the thoughts that is linking all of us who speak different languages, who are in different parts of the country. Now, after that, if you look at it, if you still dig a little, one more level deeper, you will find Bharat Mata is not alone. She is joined by so many other Matas of so many other civilizations. Every civilization has celebrated their own mothers. And then, if you take it one more level further, you will find a beautiful cosmic connect itself. And that is what we will start with, and then go down to Tamil Thai, and then the splendor of Tamil Thai, which is Tamilagam oru Vaibhavam.
Thank you. So, here when you say Bhuloka, that's the earth. That itself, we show it only as mother. Why do we show of all the planets in the solar system, which is the only planet which is feminine and all other planets are masculine? Think for a moment. That's it. So because Bhumata is only can give life. Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, there's no life for, including Sun. So all other graha, including the sun, which is a graha, all other graha are masculine, only earth is feminine. Of course, in Western thought, Venus is feminine, all that's reason. So in Indian thought, very clear. So that's why we have the Bhuloka. Look at this. It's a very pan-global phenomena everywhere. You look at Bharat Mata in India, you show Bharat Mata through the ages. We'll see there's one variety of painting, and if you look at any other place, if you look at you look at Persia, what we call Ishwari in our thought, Ishwari. Look at how the name Bhuvaneshwari, Bhuvaneshwari. Look at how the thought comes through. Look at the similarity in depiction in Mesopotamia 3 millennia ago, 4 millennia ago. And what is it called? Ishuna. So how the name itself, Ishwari to Ishuna to Ishtar, the other Devata, Ishtar, of Mesopotamia, Sumeria, Babylonia, they're so phonetically similar, depiction-wise similar, in every aspect. So look at this, same thing you have. Similarly, you go to, here spoke about, okay, you want to take Turkey, look at here. Bharat Mata depicted in Turkey, in a coin, silver coin there, in Anatolia, which we happened to visit about 10 years ago. We got this is about 2,200 years ago. That's how you're showing there. See, this is now in the Istanbul Museum. Look at the concept, very similar. And the description there, it is called it Bharat Lakshmi, of Bactrian origin. Very clearly explains the idea across the world. Now, if you go to China, it is called Kuan Yin. If you go to Japan, it is called Amaterasu. And if you go to, look at England, what is it called? Britannia. That's why you got Britannica. You have Britannia biscuit. Britain. Again, there they have this idea of their land being the mother divinity. Okay? Then you go to France, you look at that. Before that, you go to Norse. You have Freya, for which comes Friday. You have the idea of Norse goddess of Germania. The very word, see, Germany is fatherland, but the mother is Germania there. Look at the idea there. Germany, they call it Vaterland. All this explained in this article is there in a blog for all of you to read. The idea of Mother Earth concept to Jia. It's a pagan thought process going down. It has its origins in our idea of the Vedic Puranic divinity. Look at the idea of Desh Pradesh. Every Pradesh has its divinity. So Tamil Thai, Telugu Talli, Kannada Ambe. Okay, we have written a book called Telugu Talli, is there for people to see. And the idea of Tamil Thai in Karaikudi. So this is not unique to Tamil Nadu alone is what you're trying to bring out. It is a pan-global phenomena. And to Mother Liberty, which is the famous painting in Russia at the time of the revolution. And where did this painting take its form for? The people who made the Eiffel Tower, which is so famous to Paris, they made the same people, the same metal, same metallurgists, made and gave Statue of Liberty to America. Made by them and provided to them. So that comes. So the idea of that comes. It's a pan-global phenomenon. So during freedom struggle, this idea of Mother India, Bharat Mata, took up prominence for us. And Abhindranath Tagore has written a wonderful painting of Bharat Mata. Many people have done, hundreds of people have done. One or two we are showing here for sample purpose. It's all there for to read in the Bharat Gyan blog. Okay, and he actually Mahatma Gandhi visited a Bharat Mata museum in. Look at this Bharat Mata museum in Varanasi. Those who go to Varanasi, please visit the museum. It's a marble plaque, this size, this hall size museum, fully made with marble, the contours of Bharat. See, here this is the museum. See, look at the contours of Bharat made in marble to the latitude and longitude. The actual with all the hills and all the. Today you speak about topography. They made this topography 80 years ago. So it's there, Bharat Mata. So it's there all over. So you got different Bharat Mata all over India. Actually, not one. So the idea is common. You see across the world. Now, if you look at this, so we show. Now look at this map in India where you have the idea of Bharat Mata. You have Bharat Mata. You have Marathi Ayi. You have Gujarati Ba, Kannada Ambe, Tamil Thai, Telugu Tali, Utkala Janani, Bango Mata, Manipuri Imma, Assam Ayi, all and Kashmira Puravasini. So all collectively adds up to the idea of Bharat Mata, in which all are siblings. There's a beautiful idea. So Tamil Thai is a tani idea matra illa. Tamil matra idea illa. Lord saying the Kudi in the Kulindelo Rembava in Rangraj Pande Pesa or the Sivili Putur. Other Solana. Right. Good. So see, Ide Bharat Mata painting we had in Manchester, but look at that, she is handcuffed. The painting of her being handcuffed. And look at the solemn face she has there. How she has shown before independence. Now look at this idea of Shakti, which Bharadiyar, he speaks about Shakti, Devi very much clearly. Angand it comes to the Bhudevi. Shakti is cosmic. Cosmic Shakti to Bhudevi, to the solar system where you are Bhudevi. From solar system, you come to Bharat Mata. You see how it comes on. Then you come to the Pradesh Mata, be it Tamil Thai or Telugu Talli or Kannada Ampi or any of them. From them you come to Grama Devi. Is it not global to local, to the skies, to the earth? Look at the beautiful connect we have in this land, of the connection of across the civilization. We have seen this and we have seen across times. So, one Grama Devi, adla vandu idu patti ezhukkom thaniya. Tamil Thai அவள் புன்னகையின் ரகசியம் பாருங்க. தமிழ்நாடு ஸ்டேட்டே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு அழகான முகம் மாதிரி இருக்கு. இட்ஸ் லைக் அ நைஸ் ஃபேஸ். அவளோட புன்னகையின் ரகசியம் என்ன? That's what we have done in this book. Is available for free read in our website. You can all read that. So நம்ம தமிழ் கல்ச்சர் பார்க்க போனா இட்ஸ் a very hoary culture. பழைய காலத்து கல்ச்சர், ரொம்ப பாரம்பரியமிக்க கல்ச்சர். ஆன்டிக்விட்டி இருக்கு, க்ளோரியஸ் இருக்கு. எப்படி சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுது? ஏன்னா ஒரு ஆன்டிக்விட்டி க்ளோரியஸ்னஸ் ஒன்றுனா என்ன ஒன்று? முதல்ல சாப்பிட்றதுக்கு உணவு வேணும். You need food, you need money to live, you need prosperity. Only if you have that, you can have a glorious culture. Without food, if you are living in a desert, நீங்க பாலைவனத்தில் இருந்தா உணவு இருக்காது, glory கிடைக்காது. So you must have glory to your culture. How do you get that glory to your culture? See, I saw this advertisement about 20 years back in front of the Madras airport, done by the Tamil Nadu Tourism Department then. They said, look at this caption, only heavens have more gods. This is by some IAS officer of tourism, TNTDC, done some 20 years ago. It hit my when I was going towards the airport, Chennai airport. That means what? There is profusion of temples in Tamil Nadu. How is profusion of temples possible at all? How is profusion of temples possible? When you have civil engineering, you must have money. Every town must have money to build temples. You must have architecture. You must have engineering. You must have divinity. And prosperity not for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years as economic models. Prosperity must be across decades, across centuries, across millennia. That is what this land gave, because of which we have been prosperous. And how did this prosperity come about for this land? If you look at it, it came about not from colonial exploitation as Europe got, or the Americas got, or South America got. It came from internal resource mobilization. That is the key to the prosperity of whole of Bharat. Here in this case, Tamil Nadu. And even there, if you see, it was actually surplus generated in the villages which supplied to the Nagara. So Grama supported Nagara, not the other way around. Now what is the model we have? Nagara supporting Grama. It's an unviable, unsustainable model. Earlier the model was Grama supporting Nagara. That's why it was sustainable. About that we written extensively in our book. Please read it. Okay? And if you see this, one thing that whole of Bharat did, in this case Tamil Nadu also did. What is it? They used their main things, land, water, vegetation and mines in a very sustainable manner. People think the word sustainable is a new word, new jargon. No, the word sustainable has been in this land. Every land has this word sustainable built in it. So that is how. So you see the connect between the cosmic Shakti to the Bhudevi on earth, to Bhuma Devi on earth, to different matas of across. I wanted to say one mata. Can you just go back to one mata, or is there in book Indonesia? No, go back one slide to the opening slide, because few people, both Dr. Rangaraj Pandey as well as Mr. Prabhakar spoke about Bharatiyar. Do you know Bharatiyar? He spoke about Mother Russia in one of his poems. He says, Bharata Mata, that is Nammaloda Sakti Kannu pattadanaala anga vandu Mother Russia woke up from her slumber. Mother Russia did not wake up from her slumber on her own. She woke up from the slumber because of the drishti of Sakti from Bharatam saw her. So there's a connect across the ties, across the land. Be it Britannica or Statue of Liberty or Mannat. Look at the word Mannat. The three divinities of Arabia. You're pan-global. So that we have seen. Now I'll show you. We have seen how the prosperity of the land is built on this. Now we'll show you a short film, is it? We're going to the film. We'll show you a short film about how this land has been prosperous through the ages. Just a 5-minute film. We made this about 12 years ago, so you'll see a much younger couple there.
செந்தமிழ்நாடென்னும் போதினிலே இன்பத்தேன் வந்து பாயுது காதினிலே சக்தி பிறக்குது மூச்சினிலே.
உலகில் தமிழ் பண்பாடு, கலைத்திறன், மொழிவளம், இலக்கிய நயம் இவையெல்லாம் எல்லையற்ற பிரசித்தி பெற்றது. இவைகளுக்கெல்லாம் மூல காரணம் என்னவென்று பார்ப்போமா?
பல்லாயிரம் ஆண்டுகளாக இருந்த மண் வளமும் பொன் வளமும் இவற்றை ஊட்டி வளர்த்தன.
இந்த வளமையின் ரகசியம் என்னவென்று பார்த்தால் ஈடற்ற தொழில் சிறப்பும் திறமையும் கிராமிய நலமும் தான்.
தமிழகத்தில் கிராமம் கிராமமாக பாத்திரம் மற்ற பொருள் பொண்ண வாழ்த்தீட்ட எஃகு பற்றைகள் இருந்தன.
தமிழ்நாட்டிலிருந்து உலக நாடுகளுக்கு மிக பெரிய அளவில் ஏற்றுமதி செய்யும் பொருளாக இரும்பு விளங்கியது. வெளிநாடுகளில் இதனை வுட்ஸ் ஸ்டீல் என அழைத்தனர். இது உருக்கு எனும் தமிழ் சொல்லிலிருந்துதான் வந்தது. இதனை உற்பத்தி செய்த மிக பழமையான எஃகு பட்டறை ஒன்றை கூடுமணல் ஈரோடில் இப்பொழுது கண்டுபிடித்திருக்கிறார்கள்.
ஜிங்க் செய்யும் தொழில்நுட்பத்தை உலகத்துக்கு கற்றுக் கொடுத்ததே தமிழ்நாடு.
துத்தநாகம் என்ற பெயரில் ஜிங்க் தமிழகத்தின் ஒவ்வொரு கிராமத்திலும் உற்பத்தி செய்யப்பட்டது. இதை பொது ஆண்டு 1550 சீனர்கள் கற்று அதை தொத்தாமு துத்தநாக் என்று பெயரிட்டு பின்னர் இந்த தொழில்நுட்பம் தட்டி என்ற மறுபெயரில் ஐரோப்பிய நாடுகளுக்கு பரவியது.
இது மட்டுமா, இண்டிகோ எனும் நீல சாயம் தயாரிக்கும் ரசாயன தொழிலிலும் வல்லவராக இருந்தார்கள்.
அவுரி செடியிலிருந்து இண்டிகோ எனும் நீல சாயத்தை நுட்பமான ரசாயன முறையில் பிரித்தெடுத்து அவற்றை வில்லைகளாக பன்னாடுகளுக்கு ஏற்றுமதியும் செய்தது நம் தமிழகம். இதற்கு முன் உலகில் எங்குமே காணப்படாத ஒன்று இந்த ரசாயன முறை. 1902 தான் ஜெர்மனியில் ஃபான் பாயர் என்பவருக்கு முதன்முறையாக இம்முறையை கண்டுபிடித்ததற்கு நோபல் பரிசு அளிக்கப்பட்டது.
4000 ஆண்டுகளாக தமிழகத்தில் கிராமம் கிராமமாக சாயப்பட்டறையில் இந்த நுட்பமான தொழிலை கையாண்ட சாதாரண மக்களுக்கு யாரும் எந்த பரிசும் அளிக்கவில்லை.
இதுபோல் எண்ணற்ற தொழில் சாதனைகளுக்கு தமிழகமே பிறப்பிடம்.
இந்த பொருட்களையும் இவ்வறிய நுட்பங்களையும் ஏற்றுமதி செய்ய அவர்களுக்கு கப்பல் தேவையாக இருந்திருக்க வேண்டும்.
தமிழில் கப்பலை நாவாய் என அழைத்தனர். நேவி, நேவிகேஷன் எனும் ஆங்கில வார்த்தைகளும் நோவா கப்பல் என பைபிளில் கூறப்பட்டதும் நாவா எனும் வேர் சொல்லிலிருந்து வந்திருக்கக்கூடும். அதேபோல் அரிசி என்பதே ஹீப்ரூவில் ரிசா என்றும் ஆங்கிலத்தில் ரைஸ் என்றும் மருவி வந்திருக்கின்றது. தூத்துக்குடி முத்துக்கள் ஐரோப்பா சென்று பொற்காசுகளை தமிழ்நாட்டில் குவித்தன.
இத்தனை தொழில்களுக்கும் விவசாயத்துக்கும் அடிப்படை தேவை நீர். ஆனால் இன்று எங்கே பார்த்தாலும் தமிழகத்தில் நீர் பற்றாக்குறை. ஏரிகளிலோ நீர் இல்லை, ஏரிகளோ வற்றி கிடக்கின்றன, குளங்களோ வறண்டு கிடக்கின்றன. அப்பொழுது தமிழகம் எப்படி செழிப்பாக இருக்க முடியும்?
பல்லவர்கள் ஆண்ட காலகட்டத்தை நோக்கினால் தமிழகத்தின் நில அமைப்பை அவர்கள் சரியாக புரிந்து வைத்திருந்ததை அறியலாம். மேற்கில் உள்ள மேற்கு தொடர்ச்சி மலை கிழக்கே உள்ள வங்கக்கடலை நோக்கி சரிவாக அமைந்துள்ளது. இதை புரிந்து கொண்டுதான் அக்காலத்தில் ஏரிகளை அமைத்தனர். அனைத்து ஏரிகளும் ஒன்றோடொன்று கால்வாய்கள் மூலம் இணைக்கப்பட்டிருந்தன. தமிழகத்தில் எங்கு மழை பெய்யனும் உபரி நீர் அனைத்து ஏரிகளையும் கால்வாய்கள் மூலம் சென்றடைந்தது. எனவே நீர்வளம் நிறைந்ததாக தமிழகம் இருந்தது. 3 போகங்களும் கிடைத்தன. ஏதேனும் ஒரு ஏரியின் கட்டமைப்பை உன்னித்து கவனித்தால் ஏரியின் முகவாயில் உயரமான கருங்கற்களை இடைவெளி விட்டு வரிசையாக ஊன்றிருப்பதை காணலாம். மழைக்காலத்தில் ஒவ்வொரு ஏரியிலும் இந்த கற்களின் இடையே மண்ணை வைத்து அடைத்தார்கள். மழை நீரை இந்த செம்மண்ணால் அடைக்கப்பட்ட கற்களின் உயரத்திற்கு ஏரியில் தேக்கி வைத்தார்கள். 1 வாரத்திற்கு மேல் இந்த உயரத்தில் மழை நீர் தேங்கிய பிறகு அந்த கற்களை சுற்றி இருக்கும் செம்மண்ணை தகர்த்து அதிக நீரை தொடர் கால்வாய் மூலம் அடுத்த கிராமத்திற்கு அனுப்பி வைத்தனர். இதற்கு பெயர் கலங்கள். ஏன் இப்படி செய்தார்கள்? நீரை இவ்வாறு தேக்கி வைக்கும் போது அதன் அழுத்தத்தினால் நீர் பூமியில் ஊடுருவி சுற்றியுள்ள கிணறுகளின் நீரின் அளவை அதிகரிக்கும். இது அடுத்த 1 ஆண்டுக்கு அந்த கிராமத்தின் நீர் தேவைகளை பூர்த்தி செய்தது. ஒவ்வொரு கிராமத்திலும் இவ்வாறு நீரை தேக்கி வைத்து அடுத்த கிராமத்தில் உள்ள ஏரிக்கு கால்வாய் மூலம் அனுப்பினார். தமிழகத்தில் இதுபோல் சுமார் 53,000 ஏரிகள் இருந்ததாக தெரிகின்றது. இவற்றில் பலவும் இன்றும் இருப்பதை செயற்கைக்கோள் மூலம் எடுத்த புகைப்படத்தில் காணலாம். இருந்தாலும் அவற்றை இணைக்கும் கால்வாய்கள் அழிந்து மறைந்து போய்விட்டன. காவேரி, வைகை, தாமிரபரணி நதி சமவெளிகளில் நீர் சேமிப்பிற்கான மற்றொரு வழிமுறையும் கண்டுபிடிக்கப்பட்டது. இந்நதிகளின் கிளை நதிகளின் பாதையில் குளங்கள் வெட்டப்பட்டு மழைக்காலங்களில் வெள்ளம் ஏற்படும் போது உபரி நீர் இந்த குளங்களில் சேமிக்கப்பட்டு மழைக்கு பின்பு வெள்ளம் வடிந்த பின் கிராமங்களுக்கு இந்நீர் பயன்பட்டது.
காலம் காலமாக இவ்வாறு கிராம வளமைக்கு வழிவகுத்தார்கள்.
நீர் வளர நெல் வளரும், நெல் வளர குடி வளரும், குடி வளர கோல் வளரும், கோல் வளர கோன் வளரும். பண்டைய தமிழர் இயற்கை வளத்தை எப்படி தங்கள் தேவைக்காக மட்டுமே எடுத்துக்கொண்டு மீதத்தை மற்றவர்களோடு பகிர்ந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும், தாங்களும் வாழ்ந்து மற்றவர்களை வாழ வைக்க வேண்டும் என்பதற்கு ஒரு தனிப்பட்ட சான்றாக அமைகிறார்கள். தமிழன் மற்றும் தமிழரின் தொடர்ந்து நிலை நிறுத்தத்தக்க வழிமுறைகளை நாம் மீண்டும் உயிர்ப்பிக்க வேண்டும்.
அப்படி செய்தால் நாம் மீண்டும் தமிழகத்தின் முகத்தில் புன்னகையை மலரச் செய்யலாம்.
வாழிய செந்தமிழ் வாழ்க நற்றமிழர், வாழிய பாரத மணி திருநாடு. வந்தே மாதரம், வந்தே மாதரம், வந்தே மாதரம்.
The reason we wanted to show you this film, thank you, is because when we talk about culture, we are always under the impression it is music, it is art, fundamentally art, different forms of art, visual and other performing arts. We fail to recognize that all these arts could not have been possible if you do not have the culture of practicing industry sustainably and generating prosperity. So prosperity, generating prosperity, and the beauty in our land, not just Tamil Nadu, all across this civilization, if you see, is that the art is actually very tightly integrated with the ethos of the people. You can see the ethos coming out in the way, whatever the art is depicting, the materials that have been used for the art. So all of that, they are very tightly, the stories that they portray, we saw so many that Sai Swarupa here just spoke about, and Ms. Neena Rai spoke about gold plating was very common. How did we get that gold? India does not have gold mines. It has not had, now you only have Kolar, which is a very small mine compared to the size of mines and the size of gold that we have even today. And she's talking about Dasharatha's times Ayodhya was already gold plated. That means his forefathers had already accumulated so much of gold. Why did they throw Asit out? So all these kind of political wars were not just only, our history is full of lot of other kind of message also. We have to read our literature from all three levels, both from Adhyatma and all the Adi Deva, Bhuta, everything. There is also practical trade, practical applications and practical prosperity that was generated, which is why you had all this gold, and that is what gave all this prosperity, and that is the culture. See, there are three beautiful words, actually, we use it very commonly, but we don't think about it. To do something repeatedly in a common manner as a habit is called achar in the north, and in south it is actually a different form and it is known as acharam instead. It has become acharam connotation, but actually it means habit. Good healthy habits is called achar. Now when you do that achar with a finesse and you have honed it to perfection, that is what is kalachar. So, a habit that you are customized to, but you're doing it with such a great art that it is generating so much of wealth and prosperity and keeping you in a good mental stable condition, that is your kalachar. But yet, look at the beauty. Bharat is supposed to have a common kalachar. But you go from every prant, pradesh, you find it so different. The sari weaves, the designs, the colors, the food, the language, everything is so different. So how is it a kalachar? That is why we have had another beautiful term which is called desachar, which we have very sadly ignored, because we said desachar is desandaram, desandaram. It is not advancement. So just ignore it. But what were we doing actually? That achar, when it gets localized to each topography, climate, needs, and resources available, that becomes your desachar. So the people, when in Rome, do as Romans do. We were practicing desachar wherever we went. So every part of this land had its own desachar. So then what is exactly this kalachar? That becomes a question, right? You have achar, you have desachar. Every group of people are practicing their desachar. So what is this kalachar? And that is where the beauty lies. It is the vichar. It is the vichar that you should do desachar. It is the vichar that you should practice desachar. Panditji spoke about freedom. You have freedom, others also have freedom. So that desh also has their desachar. You let them practice their desachar. You practice your desachar. Bring in that diversity and be united in the thought of allowing everybody to practice their desachar, and that gives you that kalachar. So that gives you that refinedness when you know that you can be responsible, you can be mature, you can enjoy your freedom, let others enjoy their freedom, and all together bring in that diversity which is much needed for this world. Today you travel anywhere, go to any part of India or any part of the world, it is the same set of shops, same kind of food, same kind of everything. There is no diversity. So it is time we bring back all our matas, different gram devatas, different matas, pradesha matas, and all of them, and celebrate. That is very important today.
One more point. Thank you. Very well said. Thank you. I should be appreciating my own wife, but still, I liked what she said. That's why. And each time she says it differently. I've heard her say this multiple times, but every time she gives a different flavor. Now I want to show you one thing, because when we say Tamil Thai, we think Tamil Thai is exclusive only to Tamil Nadu, nobody else has got. We see how Thais are available everywhere, right, from Telugu Tali to Kannada Ambe, we see, including Manipur Hema, because instantly when the Manipur governor came, I spoke to him about Manipur Hema and gave him so much notes to use in his governorship there. So now I'm going to show you one thing. Look at this. This idea of Tamil Thai is as ancient as Poompuhar. Look at that. In Poompuhar, this mentioned that this is the garden deity of Jambu Dvipe, that is Naval Tivu. Tonmudati. She is old then itself. Poompuhar is one of the earliest excavations that we have in Tamil Nadu. So that's old. What do they say? She is old. She is grand old lady then. That means she is older than old. By then, and of not just Poompuhar city or Poompuhar port, she is of all of Eurasia. She is a mother divinity for Eurasia. That is Jambu Dvipam, Naval Tivu. So all the details available in our book, you can see what it is. So look at that. So the idea of all this is as old as mankind, venerating this. And going on to this point, show the Tamil Thai in this, and then we'll go to the short film on cotton. And next, let's just go back next slide. Same slide. Next. Now, see this. Similarly, in Adichanallur, you have the same idea of Tonmudati. Look at the idea going back across excavation sites, and look at this same thing there, same woman. So look at the idea is common. You see this in Egypt also. You'll see it. You see it in Mesopotamia. You'll see it. You'll see it in Arabia. You'll see it. You see it in Mother Russia. You'll see it everywhere. You see this. And the image in Karaikudi is only a come down from that. Come down means it's not in a wrong term. Come down through ages. It's in that same slide. So we showed you that, and see, look at how this connected up to every Gramam has their Devi. So every Grama Devi is connected to the Ma Shakti of the universe. See that. So there you see this, the same connect you're seeing up to the present Tamil Thai, which is what we showed the film. Now we'll see, she spoke about prosperity. How does this, one of the unique things, prosperity, the trade that we had with across the world. And every term in every of the Indian language, be it Telugu, Sundara Telugu, as Bharatiyar called it, or any other language, has got this. Let's take one word, sari, because so many ladies are wearing sari. How did the word sari come about? English word sari. English word shawl, because
What is
the
this shali? What is this shali? Shali, if you see the word itself, has a very close resemblance and connect both phonetically as well as what it represents with the word selai in Tamil for cloth. And Tamil and Malayalam and Tamil are sibling languages. I mean, Malayalam has come out of the offshoot of ancient Tamil with a blend of more Sanskrit in it. Then the shali is also very similar to sari, sadi. And we all know that r and l sounds, they get interchanged often. Especially you will notice that with the Chinese, the r and the r and l's will keep getting frequently replaced in words, in English words. So sari, shali, selai, they all seem to denote the same kind of a garment in India. Now this shali, which was exported from this region, which is today called Bayport, in France it gets the name châle, and then in Spanish it becomes châle, and so on in all the European languages, in Italian, German, in Russian too, you find similar sounding words, and finally it morphs into shawl. So the
English word shawl.
So the word shawl and the item that we use today as shawl, many of us are wont to think that it is an import of a kind of an attire from the West into India, because today we associate the word shawl with a woolen shawl, with something that is for the cold. But actually this word shawl comes from the cotton shali, which was and is still worn in Kerala. The traditional attire in Kerala still consists of this upper cloth, which today of course is called by various names. It is called shali, it is called shalai, it is called tortamundu, different names are there.
Look at, interestingly, the river near that area is called Chalayar River.
So this itself comes from shali aru. Aru means river. So the river, that was also because the rivers were used for inland navigation. So from the hinterland, these rivers would bring all the products that were woven, all the shalis that would be woven, they will come up to Kozhikode, this Bayport port, and from there they would go out and get exported. So this river itself got the name Shali Aru, and today it's known as Chaliyar. So today if you say Chaliyar, nobody remembers that this ancient story of export of Shali from here, but that's this river Chaliyar. And what it also tells us is there were a whole lot of villages along the banks of this river and in the hinterland which were engaged in this activity of weaving the shalis, and so, which is why today you find many clans which are also called Saliga, Salia, Chalian, Sali, Sal, and all such variants of words which have Shali as its base. And there were many clans, jatis that evolved, which were experts in weaving this shali. And now another interesting twist to this word shali or selai or sari is the connect with the word jallika in Sanskrit. In Sanskrit, jallika is the web that is woven by the spider. So a spider's web is a jallika. So look at that, jalli, sari, sali, sadi, selai, shali. Isn't it such a beautiful way in which words and etymology and the whole story has evolved around weaving. And this has been going on actually in this land for millennia. It's a marvel the fact that Indians learned to cultivate this plant, weave it, and produce so many things that today the world knows it as shawl.
Thank you. One thing I want to say is, see, like that, see, Chera land was popular for, that is, Chera Choya Pandya, I think he mentioned in his speech. So Chera land is so popular for exporting shawl, salai to this. And you know what? We speak of a subject called history. She mentioned she's a historian. Others said, who gave the word history? The word history, who gave it? A person named Herodotus, a Greek person, about 500 BCE. In his book called Historia by Herodotus. From that book, Historia, we get the term history in English language. One of the points he mentions in this book is somewhere we have that. You want to show that? You can show that in, I think in cotton, you can show that slide if you want. Do you know what he says? It is strange that Indians grow sheep wool on plants. Actually, he says that. It's there, we are taking the Historia quote. It's there in whichever slide it is. Trade, I think trade it will have it. Trade will have it. We have only about 108 subjects. In each subject we can speak for 5 to 7 hours. So we have about 1,000 hours of content like this. That's all. So if you give us 40 minutes, we can't do justice to it, frankly. So the idea is that what? This land, Bharat, is a repository of knowledge. How did the name, because we spoke about the name Bharat elsewhere, how did the name Bharat come about to this land? That's a question. Did it come from the king, Jadabharata, or how did he get the name Bharat then? That's a question. That has to be answered. Answers available both in Jain literature, because Jadabharata's father is who? Rishabdev, Adinath, the first Tirthankar, and as well as in Puranic legend, he is an early king. Why did Jadabharata get the name Bharata? So did he give the question, again coming back to the question, did he give his name to the land, or did the land give him his father to decide the name for him? What does the name Bharat mean then? Want to show that slide, Bharat? Yeah.
In fact, even in Rig Veda, you'll find the term Bharatam Janam. So the land already, it says that the people of this land are called, this land is called Bharatam. So what is this Bharat then?
Sorry to interrupt. Because only here I get a chance to interrupt my wife, otherwise I can't. So, Vishwamitra, see, people think citizenship, democracy. Look at the word Bharatam Janam, she said. This is a Rigvedic term, Bharatam Janam, talking about citizenship in a democracy in Rigveda pre-Rama times, that is pre-5100 BCE. That is what it is. The term is a Bharat. We have a film for it. Go to a website, see the Bharatam Janam. There's a full film, 3-minute film on that Bharatam Janam, one word around the word Bharat. How did the word Bharat come about then? You want to show the film?
It fundamentally comes, I don't know if we have time. It fundamentally comes from the two parts of that word, Bharata. Bha meaning knowledge, enlightenment. After, just like the sun which throws the light, lightens up the world. So Bha is for enlightenment, knowledge, and Rata. See, you know Kamadev's wife, right? She's called Rati Devi. Because Kamadev is desire, Rati Devi is that who is pleasurable, who is to be relished. So she's such a beauty. So that it pleases your eyes, and also that Rata, this is the small ta, Rata. Rata means to relish. So Bharata is a land where people relish knowledge. And that is one level of meaning. Now, there are so many other levels. I mean, it just, we feel so sad that we are not able to share so much we have got to talk about Bharat.
Share the slide. I'll share the slide to you. Put up there. One second. Can you all think of, because it's Litfest, I'm saying this word, I'm interrupting her. One second. Then your next slide about the 5 things there. Not here. It's not here. It's in trade, brand Bharat. Okay. Fine. The point is, do you know what? Since it's a Litfest, Chennail Litfest, I'm saying this. Can you think of any other land in the world, any other land in the country in the world which calls itself a land of knowledge? A land where people are connoisseurs of knowledge. Look at the forethought of our ancestors who decided to call this land Bharata, meaning land where people are connoisseurs of knowledge. Is not Roma Harshana, like Rishi Roma Harshana. They didn't call it by any king name. They didn't call it by geography. They didn't call it by my uncle's name, auntie's name, wife's name. They call it Bharata, land where people relish knowledge. That's all. Instantly, Jada Bharata, Rama's brother Bharata, Shakuntala's son Bharata, all get this from here. Look at the beauty of it. Bharata means what? You don't have to say anything else. Land that relishes knowledge. Who will relish knowledge? Who seek knowledge only will relish knowledge. Who will be a connoisseur? Only if you seek it, you will be connoisseur. Otherwise, it's like having Tamil. You'll know, many of you would know a saying in Tamil. That is, if you keep a camphor in front of a donkey, it will not know anything, no difference at all for it. So like that is the beauty that this land. Are we all not proud to be a Bharata? It's not a name of any particular religion or any particular language or anything. It means land of knowledge.
And this holds good not just from this perspective
Etymology
alone.
perspective.
It fits this land from so many perspectives. One is from etymology. Other is in literature, like I said, in Rig Veda, and so many other literature, you find the reference to the word Bharat. Then historically, because so many kings have been named Bharat and they brought glory to this land, that this land is also in a way associated with the king, therefore Bharat. Metallurgy, like we saw in the film, Bhartiyo, Bhartan, Bhartiyo, that comes from again Bha, because you need that flame and light and the glow. Metallurgy industry is based on the flame and glow of the flame. So again, that is why it's called Bhartiyo, and that is metallurgy. Some regions continue to use that word for metals. And climate, because the location that we are in, we are very, very fortunate to get both sunshine and rain. So we literally enjoy Bharata. We relish the light of the sun as well. And we relish it at the right time, after, so that we get the rains after the sun and we get good climate to keep growing enough resources for our own prosperity. So and the people,
and we are the people who understand all this through the ages. He said we still have rishis here. These are people who understand it. Who is a rishi? It's like a Rajju who can connect different things. If you don't connect, you have to connect various subtle dots. The non-existent subtle dots you have to connect. That's where you become rishi. When you apply it, you become a maharishi. That is what
so at least 75 years have passed since we have got our independence. From now, let us start looking for these, relishing these aspects, understanding what Bharat stands for. Let us understand what Bharat Mata and all the other Matas are and what they're trying to tell us. And hopefully then we will reach our next 25 years and 100 years with much more glory. So we would like to thank organizers of this festival for
inviting us. And all this is available in our Bharat Gyan website. BHARATHGYAN, not BHARAT, because those from north you'll see, because that's an imposter, the authentic side. So most of this data is available for free read, free writing, free viewing. We have got only about some 500 plus short films. We have written only about 108 plus books, physical books published and put up in public domain. We have written only about 700 plus articles on the subject, available for all to use. Most of it.
And we haven't scratched the surface yet.
That's it. We have not even scratched the surface. That's what true. And we conduct courses internationally for audiences. If anybody is interested in joining a serious study course on Bharat, you're welcome to join serious study course, 2 hours a week. Every Sunday night or Saturday night or Sunday afternoon, you're welcome to join with us. And you'll get a proper international credit certificate. You can use it anywhere in the world. And those who cannot, it's $200 per person per quarter. Those who cannot afford it, we will get some of our students to sponsor some students from India. So that means it is 18,000 rupees course. It's an international premium course. We can help. Those who are interested, join. Those who cannot to pay, we will get somebody else to pay for you. That offer is also available to all to use. That's all there. Just come to the Bharat Gyan website. All the link is there. It's there, the top banner. You're welcome to join, those who want. It's a serious course. It's absolutely, because you have to take question and answers. If you miss, your attendance is there. If you miss 2 sessions continuously, you're automatically dropped off the course. It's all like that, serious. They will know what time you logged in, what time you logged out. They will know automatically. You have to read 500 pages material to answer quiz questions. You have to group participate. It's all involved stuff. It's not like a webinar where you can drop in and drop out. Those who want, because it's a university session, international, and most of the students are all already postdoctoral faculty, professors at different universities across the world, from Australia to India to Germany to US, all those. So welcome. Those who want to relish the knowledge of India, you're welcome in this journey. We'll all jointly relish the knowledge of India. We learn mutually from each other, because this is all Bharatam Janam. Thank you so much for organizing these programs in Chennai. Kudos to all of you for organizing. Kudos to all of you. Next edition should be much larger, as Dr. Rangaraj Pandey said. The hall should be overflowing.
We keep going everywhere. It'll be so happy to be here and meet everybody here. Thank you very much.
As I say, vanakkam.
Thank you, Bharatji. Thank you.
Vanakkam to all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. பாரத் மாதா ஏக் மாதா. இந்தியாவில் மட்டும்தான் பெண்களை தாயாகவும் நதியாகவும் போற்றி வணங்கும் பண்பாடு. விவசாயம், தமிழ்தாய், கிராம தேவதை, கிராமிய நலம், மண் வளம், எஃகு பட்டறைகள், இரும்பு பட்டறை, துத்தநாகம், நதிநீர் மேலாண்மை, நீர் வளர நெல் வளரும், நெல் வளர கோல் வளரும், நீர் பாசனம், இந்திய வரலாறு பாரம்பரியம் மிக்கது, அடுத்த தலைமுறைக்கு பயணப்பட வேண்டியது, வேற்றுமையில் ஒற்றுமை காண்பதுதான் இந்தியா. என் இந்தியா, என் பாரதம் வளமானது, வளர்ச்சியானது, உண்மையானது, உறுதியானது. ஆமாம், நாம் பாரத தேசத்தை சேர்ந்தவர்கள் என்பதில் பெருமிதம் கொள்வோம் என அழகாக பாரதத்தை பற்றி எடுத்துரைத்த திரு டி கே ஹரி அவர்களுக்கும் திருமதி டி கே ஹேமா ஹரி அவர்களுக்கும் எங்களது நன்றிகள். உங்களை கௌரவப்படுத்தும் நேரம் இது. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. உங்களை கௌரவப்படுத்த இண்டாய் அனாலிட்டிக்ஸ் எம்டி திரு பரத் கோபு அவர்களை மேடைக்கு அழைக்கிறோம். நன்றி நவிலும் நேரம் இது. ஒரு சிறிய மொமெண்டோக்காக இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி இத்துணை அருமையாக நடத்த காரணமாக இருந்த ரசிக ரஞ்சன சபாவின் செக்ரட்டரி திரு ஆர் நாகராஜன் அவர்களை மேடைக்கு அழைக்கிறோம். அவர்களை கௌரவப்படுத்த உங்கள் கைத்தட்டல். அடுத்ததாக ஒரே நாடு திரு நம்பி நாராயணன் அவர்களை மேடைக்கு அழைக்கிறோம். உங்களை கௌரவப்படுத்துவதில் நாங்கள் பெருமிதம் அடைகிறோம். அடுத்ததாக திரு ராமகிருஷ்ணன் அப்சரா இன்னோவென்ச்சர்ஸ் அவர்களையும் கௌரவப்படுத்த விரும்புகிறோம். திரு ஸ்ரீநாத் அட்வொகேட் அவர்களை மேடைக்கு அழைக்கிறோம். நீங்கள் ஃபோட்டோ வேணான்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க, ஆனால் நீங்கள் வேணும்னு நாங்கள் நினைக்கிறோம். வாங்க சார் மேடைக்கு. எங்களுக்கும் இந்த எண்டாய் அனாலிட்டிக்ஸ் அவங்களுக்கும் ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய பாலமாக இருந்து இந்த ஃபங்க்ஷன் இவ்வளோ தூரம் சிறப்பாக நடந்ததுன்னா அதுக்கு முக்கிய காரணம் திரு ஸ்ரீநாத் அவர்கள். அடுத்ததாக திரு வெங்கட் ராகவன் மற்றும் திரு ஜெயமோகன். உங்களை கௌரவப்படுத்துவதில் பெருமிதம் கொள்கிறோம்.
Sure.
Organizers are always to thank others, and here I'm standing here to thank everybody who has come over here to listen to whatever we were trying to present you, and all the speakers who spent their time and efforts. They took a lot of, difficulty to come over. Many people came from different places. And we are really, really thankful to every one of you. This is our second edition of the program. And we make sure that it will continue to be organized year after year after year. We are very, very happy that you are patronizing us, you are supporting us. And with this, we would like to create a kind of platform where the people who think about India, who think about the future which India deserves, we can think about it, we can brainstorm about it and come out with the various kind of solutions which can make this country again a Vishwaguru. That is what our thinking behind this, whatever we are trying to do here. Thank you very much all. Thank you. We'll meet again next year.
So, from all of us who participated here, and a special thank to Shyamji and Gopuji. Bharat, Gopuji, you are required upstairs. So, thank you so much for giving us platform to share our thoughts, share our vision, share the mutual vision for India. Thank you so much. And I would request RVS Maniji to felicitate the two young gentlemen so that you keep bringing us all together. Photo.
Actually need glasses.
श्याम जी को दूसरी शॉल पहनाएंगे नहीं जरूरत है भाई आप ताकि हमें बुलाते रहें बार बार
My wishes is you take these good wishes of others. Can do. Why can't we?
हाँ चलिए
No, the other thing that we have to acknowledge here is that both of these gentlemen have been working relentlessly since last year, and it is tirelessly. It is not something that they gain anything out of it, but they have been dedicating, working selflessly. Hats off to them.